All right, so this is episode 199 of Spoiler Force Podcast. My name is Ricky, and thank you for tuning in. I have returning guest, artist, writer, and manga creator of the Wonderverse Saga, Rachta Lin, back on the show for the fourth time.
Yay!
Oh man!
Oh my
Oh,
god.
also
Yeah.
Sawadee Krab.
First time.
So thank you so much for being on
Yeah.
here. Um, and
Mhm.
I've been training Muay Thai, so I've been like trying to learn how to speak Thai. So
Are you
Sawadee
serious?
Krab,
Oh, that's
yeah.
so cool. Sawadee
Yeah.
krap.
But also, but thank you for being on the
Not bad,
show.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't worry. Thank you for having me here. All right.
yeah.
So always good to be here. Yeah.
Darren said you're back in Thailand, right? So this is your studio in
Ah.
Thailand. Yeah,
Yeah. This is my
yeah,
studio in Thailand. Yes. This
yeah.
is where I
Awesome.
make all kind of cool stuff.
Which
Yeah, with my team of assistants. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, I saw your Christmas video. You and your team. You have like a team
Yes.
of 7 now, right? Or
Yeah, that's
yeah.
correct.
How did that go about? How did you find like your team? Because the last time we spoke,
Ah,
you talked about them like helping you, but I never asked like how did you recruit your team? Like what was the process like of finding artists to help you with your manga or
oh,
like your team?
I guess just the typical way. I did a job posting of it, and people just apply, and from there we just it's a process of trying to find people who both have the passion and the skill and the commitment to be in the same team as us, and yeah, it's very cool. Really, I guess I can go on and on about this, but that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
I've spoken with some artists that do like animation and
yes.
stuff. It's a little bit different from how you do like the manga because animation is more like a bigger team
Oh, I
with
see.
like cartoons and stuff like that. But like for you, Rachta,
Oh,
were you looking at their portfolio? Like, was their style similar to yours, or were you looking for more like
ah,
artists that have like a different, unique style? What was that like?
oh. I guess it's not really about. I guess the style helps, but the most important thing that is more important than style is basically their basic foundation.
Okay.
I guess in art, you practice sports and stuff, right? So in order to do good sports, you have to have a strong foundation in terms of you have to be a strong person, like physically strong, and that's the foundation of everything. That in order for you to do all kind of moves in Muay Thai, for example, you need to have a strong body. Like you have to go around, to go train, to do all those having to increase your stamina so that you can apply your strength into moves, right? In art, it's the same. The basic foundation is how how do you know lighting? How do you know shading? What the basic thing that make art work good, right? So in the essence, I look for people with strong foundation, um, or if it's or it has potential to become strong. Because if they're strong, if the foundation is good, then they can apply the foundation to many other things. So that is the first thing I look for. Yeah. And I guess I also look for in like what passion, commitment,
Mhm.
and everything, because manga is I feel that it's quite a difficult field, and it requires you to be resilient about the craft, because it's not going to develop overnight. Like all this skill takes time to develop. So when it takes time, it's also take your patience, your discipline, and everything. So yeah, I also try to look for that as well. So
That's very good.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that reminds me of like the seminars I go to. Like a lot of the Muay Thai champions that I met, they all say the
Oh
same thing as you
wow,
said. Yeah,
that's so cool. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
like they all say the same thing. Like they say like you
Yeah.
don't have to be the most athletic, you don't have to be the most like
Yeah.
fast or strong, but you got to have good foundation. You have to know your
Ah
basics and
yeah.
your fundamentals. So yeah, so
Yes,
I
the basic is really important. Yeah.
so you've been traveling so much lately since the last time we spoke
Ah
because
yes.
like the last time we spoke you didn't even release the Wonderverse Saga yet. So since then till now, you've been traveling again, doing more shows,
Ah
especially this year. You went to like I saw you went to like a bunch of
yeah.
like countries in Europe and
Yes.
you went to Japan again and
Oh my God. Yeah.
to, to all these other
So
Asian countries
great.
too
Uh,
and Singapore
yeah.
Comic Con and all that. So
Yes.
my question for you, with
Yeah.
all this traveling you've been doing, is
Ah,
your like what's been the best part of traveling this year for you?
Oh wow, that's so. I guess the first thing is that come to mind is that I get to meet all of you guys. I guess that's the most important. That's the most precious thing to me about traveling is that I get to meet people who I never get to meet in real life if I wouldn't travel. Like a lot of my artist friends, a lot of you guys that are listening to the podcast. So that is the. I guess I can say that I get to travel, I get to see the location and everything, but I feel that from to me, the people is always the most how should I say precious thing about this equation. You know, like I feel that I'm maybe a little bit old school. I prefer to talk to people in real life, in person, instead of through online or messages and everything. So this is very important to me to that I could go to many countries and I get to see all of you guys, talk to you guys in person, actually get to know you. So that is to me the number one highlight. Yeah. The locations are good, but I mean, I travel so much and they start to be,
Ends up looking the
it's
same
just so
everywhere.
many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so many of them. But the people are always amazing and important to me. And I never get bored of you guys. So yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Have you had a favorite
mm.
convention this year? You went to San Diego Anime Expo, Tokyo Comic Con, all these big conventions.
Ah,
So, like, which was your favorite?
oh my god. Okay. That is so hard. All right. Okay, okay. Two things that comes to mind immediately. I actually do like San Diego Comic Con. Yeah, I like.
Okay,
How should I say? It's really it's really big.
it is.
I would say it's probably the biggest convention I have ever been to in my life in terms of the scale, how many people there are, how many contents there are, how many things there are to see. I would say even if you give your best effort, you wouldn't be able to complete everything. Yeah, if you go all out, you plan properly, you wouldn't be able to see everything. So in a way, and I don't know how to explain it. It just you feel that when you're in San Diego, it's like a constant carnival. Like
Yeah.
everywhere, there's so much fun. There's so many things to do, and the vibe is just so great. So some people may argue that it's a little crowded. It's too crowded. There's too many people. It's just so busy. I guess that's the charm of San Diego Comic Con. I guess you like it because of that reason. Another one that I really like is actually the Como Comic Art Festival in Italy. That one is actually the opposite, the direct opposite of San Diego Comic Con. San Diego has just so many things to do, but Comic Lake Como is just the total opposite. Just this small, very private, very focused, very intimate conventions that there's no merchandises, there's no big books. It's just a few people. How should I say? It's just the artists, the original art, and people just go there. There's private cocktail party and everything. So it's
Oh wow.
totally different from San Diego, where there's millions of people are there. And Lake Como, I think it's like maybe only a handful of people who just really love art. Love really art the art aspect of comic and just go there to appreciate the artwork. So I was like, oh, that is really nice, very fun. It's really it's slow, but that is the charm of it. It is set in this beautiful Italian city called Lake Como. It is surrounded by this big lake. It's
Is it
just very
outside?
picturesque. It's in the how should I say? It's in this mansion.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's the yeah, it's really fancy. It's in this mansion near a lake. You
Yeah.
can see the
That,
lake when you have
maybe
a
that's why
coffee.
it's so like private because not a lot of folks can get there.
I think it might not be as hard as you think to go there. I would say San Diego Comic Con can end up more expensive for you.
Oh, it is. I dropped a
Yeah, yeah,
lot
yeah,
of money.
yeah, right. Because it's just so much content. First of all,
Yeah.
lots of exclusives. This one is opposite. It might have to spend a traveling cost, yeah, to go from USA to there. But I feel that is a if you really love art, you really love especially collecting commissions and original art. It's a really good place to be. Yeah.
Yeah. I've learned to like more of the smaller conventions more now, like now that I'm older. And I think it's
Ah,
because like I'm more impatient now
I
too, because
understand. Yeah.
yeah. Because
Because
like
smaller convention has its charm, right? Yeah.
yeah, it's
Mm.
quieter, less people, it's not
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. You
crowded.
don't have to queue for everything.
Yeah. But like after San Diego, my experience was
Yeah.
crazy because like it was just so packed.
Yeah.
And me and my
Oh
cousin, we
yeah.
we waited in line at like 3 or 4 in the morning and
Oh
waited
my
to like
God.
yeah,
I'm
and then
sorry.
we got to
Yeah,
the very, very
that's
front.
the yeah.
And even then, like we got lucky because when we all got
Uh-huh.
our badges for that year, my cousin
Mm.
Bobby was actually the one that was able to get the 4-day pass
Yeah.
and like the preview night and all that. So we got lucky. We got the whole
Oh
week
my God.
of San Diego. So we got really lucky with that. So
Oh,
we were
that's
able
so
to yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah, yeah,
first
yeah.
first Comic-Con experience or
Mm.
first San Diego Comic-Con experience too. So that was pretty
Ooh, okay.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
then
may,
that same
I,
convention, I
I
met
bet.
like
Yeah.
I met a bunch of. That's where I met Shino. I ran into her at that at San
Oh
Diego
my
that year. Yeah,
God. That's so
that was
cool. Yeah. I
yeah
believe. I think I met Chino too.
yeah.
We hang out
I ran it.
together. It's so
Yeah,
much
I ran
fun.
into
Yeah.
her at San Diego. It was hilarious because
Yeah.
I was we were
Yeah.
up like me
Mhm.
and my friends we were up they were upstairs. They were in the they were looking at the like the game, not the game rooms, but like I guess like
Yes.
the panels, the live panels.
Yeah.
And there was I believe it was a
Mhm.
Tekken panel or another fighting game panel going on. And Mike Tyson was in there. So my cousins were like,
Oh
Ricky,
my
Mike Tyson's yeah.
God.
It's like
That's
Mike
so
Tyson's here. Come
cool.
see him.
I wish you could
And
go see as well.
and
Yeah.
I was looking around like I couldn't
Mhm.
find the panel room. And then right when I was
Mhm.
walking across the hall, I bumped into Shino. I'm like, hey, you're Shino. And she's like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, Ricky. And then we had to like we were catching up and all that. It was cool. But back
Uh-huh.
to you though. I mean, like
Yes.
seeing how these
Mhm.
conventions are, like when you're setting up
Mm.
things and selling your art, even like even when you're sitting in
Yeah.
your secret lab chair, like you always have like so much like
Good
material
at
with
that.
you, and
Yes.
and
Sitting
how
on
are
one
you and
right
your team like you
now.
know how are you and your team like doing that? Because like that's you guys just have so much stuff you guys are carrying. Some of your booths are like really really big, so like how
Wow.
is that for you like when you have to like set up
I
everything?
see. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to tell you the truth. I don't do that many setup,
Okay.
like the physical setup itself. We are fortunate that we have a pretty good team that help me with that. The setup, because this is up to me, that would be really bad. Yes, I'm not that great with setting up things, and
Well, your team does a great
admittedly quite
job.
clumsy. Yeah. Admittedly, I'm quite clumsy. I'm not sure you can tell, but they did a great job. Usually I help set up the art part, like how many prints we have and stuff like that. But the actual physical booth, we have a team helping me out. I have my manager, uh, Darren. He helped me out. Then the team. Some if I actually go to conventions with my representative comic sketch art, they do help
Ah,
me set up the booth as well. Yeah.
okay. That's
They
really
have
good
a
then.
really big professional team, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
grateful to
good.
have them. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I asked that because like I have friends who
Mm.
set up booths, and there were like some conventions where I had to go and help them set up their booths.
Oh
So
yeah, it can be
I
quite time
yeah
consuming and tiring.
yeah it's very tiring. Yeah.
Yeah. And if the booth is big, it can be you know, you need some physical skill to do it. But yes,
Have
I'm
you been able to
fortunate to
meet?
have a lot of help. Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
no, that's great though. Like you have a whole like crew
Yeah.
of people helping you. That's what helps a lot. But no, I was gonna ask you like going to these cons. Have you been able to meet anyone like I don't know like famous, right? Because
Ah.
you went to Tokyo Comic Con. I know I messaged you. I was joking with you like, hey, Johnny Depp's
Oh,
there. Are you gonna meet Johnny Depp? And so
I mean
uh
I guess I how should I say? I do see him on the stage, yeah, because
okay
fortunately, this time the stage is really near the artist alley, so I get to see a lot of things. In Tokyo Comic Con, usually the stage will be set up separately, and we, as an artist, you because we are busy. At least me, I'm busy. I'll usually stay in my booth, right? So I never really get to hang out all that much. I do know that some of my artist friends make the point to go hang out at the con, but for me, I I don't know. I guess it's just love drawing. Usually
Yeah.
I'm just stuck in the booth, so I don't usually get to go hang out. But this time, I get to see Johnny Depp on the stage. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole experience was cool, and it was like, oh, that's so nice. I usually don't get to see this, but this year they brought the stage near us, so yay! Yeah,
Yeah, you're so busy at your in your
yeah.
booth, right? Because like I see your stories and your
Mm,
posts, like you're constantly doing commissions.
mm,
How
yeah.
how do you balance all that with how even more busy you've been now? Like because I seen
I
you draw like back to back
It's really
commissions.
hard, I guess. I'm not very good at balancing things. I have to admit, I have a really extreme personality.
Yeah.
So when I like something or when I do something, I tend to go all the way. I'm not
Okay.
saying this to flex, or it's just the way that I am since I was really young. I do this with video games. I would just play all day, all night. I do this with my work, my art. Sometimes I just get overboard. I don't balance things. That's why I got injured because of that.
Oh yeah. Sorry about your injury.
Yeah. So that is the. You asked me how do I balance things. I I want to say that I do, but I guess I didn't. But now I have to learn how to do it as a part of recovery.
Well, I asked that too because like like I said, you get so many commissions throughout the conventions.
Mm.
People are like pre-ordering their slots, or like sometimes people come up to
I
you on
see.
the spot and like, hey, can you do like this commission for me?
Yeah.
Because and I've seen your work.
Mm.
You put in so much detail depending on like
Yay,
what they purchase, right?
thank
So
you.
like there
Yeah.
was one recently that you did the
Oh.
Final Fantasy X, like the whole
Oh my
connecting
God.
commission.
Yeah.
Let me actually,
Yeah.
I have that on my screen. Let me just share that real quick so folks can
Oh my
see it
goodness.
because it's I have to share this.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
insane with like what
Oh
you've
my goodness.
done. Like I'm
Oh
a big
my
Final Fantasy X
God.
fan.
Oh, I see it.
Um
I see.
yeah, so
Oh
like
man.
this is,
Yes. This is
you had the quick video of this connecting cover. Like to do something like this
yeah.
is extremely time consuming. So,
Oh
like you said,
yeah.
you're pretty extreme with your artwork.
Yeah.
When you're doing
Yeah.
something like
I'm
this
extreme with
versus
everything.
like when you're doing something
It's
like this.
embarrassing when I do that. Yeah. This one, when I first got the commission, I was like, wow, that's really epic. That's really cool. Because I'm also a Final Fantasy fan as well, so I was very excited to do this. I remember I spent the whole night drawing this commission.
You got all that done in a night? That's crazy.
It's a pretty long night. Like I didn't sleep. I remember I didn't sleep because I want to, how should I say, do it on time. So I thought, okay, what's sleep anyway, and I just, and I just kind of draw the whole thing. And I remember I finished it at around maybe like almost lunchtime in the next day. So that okay, I'm done. I'm gonna sleep now. Mission accomplished. Yeah. So, man, that was fun though. It was tiring physically, but I really enjoyed the process.
Yeah. I could go on about this because like when I saw that I was just so
Yeah.
jealous. And
I see
I
that.
love connecting covers. And of course, like I'm wearing my
Yeah.
Yuna shirt right now. If you can see it, I have a Yuna shirt
Oh my
on.
God, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
So
I see. That's such a cool shirt. Oh my
yeah.
God.
I think you can still get it on Square Enix. There's Yuna and
Oh,
Titus that you can get, or Titus, depending on
I
how you say
see.
it. But yeah, I saw that and now like
Wow.
I love connecting covers because I get comic books that are connecting covers too. And so when I saw that,
Oh, I do love them
I geeked out.
too.
I was like, who is this
Yeah.
person? Like they must have dropped a lot of money for that because that's a huge
Yeah.
commission.
So
So
he's a really big fan. Yeah.
yeah.
That's from Middle East Comic Con, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But that
That
is a
was
very fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Five
that's
dimension.
really really cool though. I like I said, like that
Yeah.
that was probably one of my favorites favorite commissions that I've seen you do this year. I
Really?
know, yeah, but I know you've done like a lot more.
Mhm.
Like you've done a lot
Yeah.
like the Magic the Gathering stuff.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
currently did like the absolute
Mhm.
Batman cover for DC
Uh,
too. So you've been dropping a
yeah.
lot of work. And like as like I said, Dan, for you to find balance in doing all of this is insane to me because like you're not only are you doing commissions for
Ah,
people at cons, you're also
yeah.
working. You're doing cover art for DC,
Oh
for
my god.
Magic, for
Yeah.
Marvel. You know, so like to me, I'm
Yeah.
just like
Oh
wow.
man. Well, I want to say that I find balance to exercise to do this and that, but I mean, I don't think so. I need to change that. Okay, that's part of my strategy to become to become better in terms of my injury. Yeah, I'm forced to do that. So going forward, so I hope I next time if you ask me again, I hope I can answer you. Yes, I now I have balance in my life.
Yeah, well, it
Yeah.
would. I mean, I know you like doing this stuff for the people, but it would also like
Yeah.
as someone who would be like interested in buying the commission, like it would also kind of
Ah.
suck for them too, right? Because I personally would say, hey,
Ah.
Racha, you should cut back on doing commissions so that you can recover and find
Ah.
time to rest, right? But that means people would have to
Yeah.
fight more for the slot, like for a
I
good
that's
example
what
is
I
like
don't like to do,
yeah
yeah, for people to have to fight for it. I
yeah
want to be able to draw for as many people as possible. But I don't know. Okay, I need to see
yeah.
how this thing come
But
out. But
your health is more important though. So that's what I'm saying. Like you should it would suck, but your health is more important. Like your fans would probably understand like okay,
yeah,
she's got to recover. We
yeah,
cannot push her to the limit and
yeah.
have her draw all these commissions in one night,
Oh
which
my
is like I
god.
said, that
Actually, I
is
don't mind being pushed to the limit, but the body doesn't
yeah.
listen to me. So, so I
You
guess okay, fine.
you need to rest more, that's why. You're
Yeah.
not sleeping.
Oh my god. I mean, okay. I mean, I'm quite extreme as a person. Like play games all day, all night, and I like to do those things, but I guess it's actually not good for my body. Oh yeah.
Have you had like a
Hmm.
favorite commission that you've done this year? You know, I know you said you like a lot of the stuff you've done, but you know,
Oh my
doing
god.
drawing all like so much this year, was there anything that
I
you did and you were
see.
like this is like good or this stuck out for me?
Wow. Okay. This is actually very difficult. To okay because of my creation process, right? I answer. Many people ask me this. I answer them the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. The my creation process is that I feel that I actually have to come from the point of love first. You know what I'm saying? In order for me to create a good work, I have to love that work, right? I have to put my thought, my time, and effort into it. If I just draw it as part of, like just an automaton, just drawing, I feel that the work doesn't come out right. So I have to spend some time thinking, understanding the character, understanding my the person who commissioned me and everything. And from that point, with love and passion, I create the artwork. So from that standpoint, I have to say that I love all the work that I do. So if I just create it just for the sake of just drawing a random artwork, it's not right for me.
Okay.
So every piece is very dear to me. If you put it that way, yeah, I love them all equally. I guess that might sound cheesy, but that's how I feel about the artwork. When I look at them, I have to feel a sense of satisfaction. Of okay, yes, I made that, and I spend a good amount of time. I give them all I have in that one piece, and yes, that's a very big sense of satisfaction for me. Yeah, so it's hard to fit to uh, I am an artist. I have bias against my work. I love all of them. Some pieces are more popular than the other for the audience, but to
Right.
me, all of them means the same to me. They are very precious. Yeah. I guess. Okay. For sake of your question, there is a few commission that some people commission me. That I can't wait to draw them. One of them is some kind of a family portrait of some kind. It's a masterpiece commission.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not a family portrait. They are fictional characters, but these fictional characters has a strong meaning. It's very meaningful to the person who commissioned them. So I wouldn't go into detail of
Right.
the
No,
commission because
right.
I
No,
feel
that's
that
fine.
the story is quite personal. But when I listen to the story, it kind of touching to me. So I can't wait to draw them. The other one is a commission I haven't drawn yet. It's a commission of the person's original character with my original character.
Oh,
You know
okay.
the Wonderverse Saga, that
Yes.
my manga. The person
Yes.
really like that. My
For
original
folks who don't
character a lot.
know, here we
Yes.
go.
Yeah. There's
Wonderverse
one character
Saga.
inside. Yeah. There's one character inside. Catherine. So he really liked Catherine a lot. So he
Oh, she's
commissioned
my
me.
favorite too.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I'm
she's
so
my favorite.
surprised because a lot of people like her. When I first created her, I was worried that oh wow, will people like her? She's kind of feminine.
Yeah.
So when I was young, last time when I hang out with my friends, feminine characters always get trashed a lot. Like they would say, "Oh wow, this girl is just too girly." I like it, so I was a little worried that people will not like her, but apparently she's very popular. I'm happy. So yeah. Okay,
You
so
said
that answer your question.
yeah.
Yes.
No, that was a great answer. I know like I know a lot of artists get asked that. I just asked that for you because like I said, you draw
Ah,
so much. So like drawing so much, you tend to kind of just go
yeah.
like you said, like into this autonomous mode where you're just drawing, you know. So I was just wondering, like, was
Ah,
there something that like you drew that like made you
ah.
think out loud, like, oh man, this is really good. Like I'm doing this and this turned out really good. Like,
Oh,
you know,
I I feel that I have to feel that way. I cannot let myself go into automaton mode. I feel that that's a trap. Sometimes when an artist feel bored of their work, it shows in the face of the character that they draw. So
really.
because you cannot
Okay.
help to transfer your emotions sometimes into the work, right? I feel that sometimes I know that some of my friends they get so much works, right? So they just keep drawing and they got bored a lot. I mean, sometimes become a job, right?
Yeah.
But when the moment an artist feel bored or feel indifferent about their work, the emotion sometimes transfer to the work. I don't want that to happen to my artwork. So I can never let myself feel that way. That's my duty as an artist. I have to feel full of passion and love every time I draw. So yeah, that's my duty as an artist and the promise that I want to deliver the best of my ability to my people who support me.
I'm gonna start doing that now, just looking at the faces of the artwork and see like, oh, see, you were mad. That person looks so mad. You were
Yeah,
mad drawing this.
it actually helps, It actually helps if the artist feel the same way as the character at that point in time. It helps making the emotion.
Okay, your mic's back on.
Sorry,
Okay.
I accidentally turned on some music.
No, it's okay.
I was like, oh crap. Yes.
You've been drawing for like covers for like DC,
Yeah.
Marvel, and all that. I actually have one from a few years ago. I found this when I was looking for my one of my other commissions I had for you, from you a while back. But this was your Vampirella one that you did a few years
Oh my
ago. Yeah,
god! That's my very first comic cover. Oh,
yeah.
you
So
got it! That's so
yeah, yeah.
cool!
I got the Virgin cover too,
Yeah.
so like no text or
Oh
anything.
man, that's awesome.
Yeah. I, I found this like in my drawer because I was looking
Oh my
for
god.
my
Yeah.
commission from you. I commissioned this from you like years ago. Like I think
Yeah.
maybe after the first time you spoke. So it was the Genshin one here with Diluc
Oh my god,
and
man, that's so
Kaya.
awesome.
Yeah, so I still have these.
Oh, that's a classic one because
Yeah,
they don't make that card anymore. So
yeah,
you got a rare item.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and it's still unopened, so I am not opening
Oh my
these. Yeah, but I
god.
wanted to share that because
Heartbreaking.
like
Yeah.
you've been drawing these covers. Um,
Yeah.
how I think the last time you said you couldn't go into detail with like these of the process, but like for you as an artist drawing these covers that are like when you get requested to draw these, how do you feel about seeing like, oh man, my art is on these shelves at the comic book store, or people are buying my covers, buying these issues
Mm.
because of my covers? So how do you feel about that?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I feel there's a at first it feels very surreal. There's a surreal element to it at first. Because technically this is what is part of the reason I have become an artist. I want my work to be on comic cover. I mean, I love comics. I love manga. That's how I become an artist, right? Because I love them so much. So to actually see your work on the actual cover the first time, I was like, wow, that's crazy. So it feels good because it's part of what I have worked myself towards. So it feels really great. I feel appreciative and grateful because for other people to show their love towards my work, it means a lot to me as an artist. Yeah. So I put everything that I have into my artwork. So it feels like, oh, when they appreciate my work, I feel that part of me is being appreciated. So that is very cool. I can, when people bring my artwork to me in a convention asking me to sign, I mean, I don't usually tell this to them, but I really appreciate them a lot because for the fact that they love my work, it speaks to me for more than I could imagine. Yeah. So I get a chance to say this now, right, on my podcast. So yeah, thanks a lot for supporting my work. I appreciate it every single time. Yeah.
Have you seen anyone come up and like get it graded? Because like sometimes people get like the graders come and look to make sure that you sign it.
Oh yeah.
Have you had that happen?
Yeah, it happens quite often. Yeah, that's pretty cool as well. I thought grading comics is just a very cool aspect about collecting comics. Like, oh, that's so cool. I mean, I do collect stuff as well. I collect figurines and stuff like that. So I like, oh wow. I do have a collection of comics as well since I started drawing comics.
Are you just are you collecting them for the artwork, or are you actually reading them? Because I was reading at first, and then I just started collecting for the covers.
For comics, usually I collect for the covers. I do read them, but it's kind of go against collecting when you read them, because you want it in pristine condition, right? but the reading, when you read something, you don't. I mean, definitely there's gonna be damage to the book, right?
Yeah.
So to speak. So I guess the book that I read, I just don't care about them in terms of I just flip through it. I have a lot of books in my bookshelves that they're all meant for readings. You can see some of the books I have since my childhood is just so bashed up that the front cover is just tearing everywhere and everything. So like the One Piece manga first volume. I really love One Piece a lot, so I keep rereading them as a child. And then when the condition is so bad, it's just coming out, But that's the fun about reading comics. Yeah.
Did you know Oda? He was at Tokyo Comic Con, right?
I
heard
think
he was there.
but
I heard. Well,
I know
heard
that he was. I know that he gave Johnny Depp. He got the tapestry with Oda's art on it. I was so jealous when I actually read when I read the news. When I saw it, I was like, "What the hell, really? He got such a valuable item." Oh man, I was like, so jealous of him.
Oh, I can only imagine like if One Piece fans like saw. I think he was wearing a mask,
But,
so like I don't.
He deserved it. Yes.
Yeah, it's insane to see like again with Comic Con, like you could
It's
just
such an insane thing to receive. At least to me, I'm a big fan of him. That's so insane. Yeah.
Definitely, especially as an artist as well. Like, but I was saying like I think it's insane with conventions, right? Because you go there, again with like whether it's a big one or a small one, you don't know who you'll run into at these cons. Like that's like for me, like when I'm at conventions now, I look around and say like, is there someone walking? Because sometimes these like special guests show up without even wearing like a certain badge. They'll just buy like a day pass and walk around. So have you seen anyone around like aside from like Johnny Depp, or like have you seen anyone around like Comic Con or any like cons you've been to? Like, oh, I know that person, or are you just more busy into your convention?
Usually, I'm just so busy and stuck at my table, and I feel that these people are actually quite. How should I say? A lot of them are quite protected in a way because they know friend who work with celebrities and everything,
Yeah.
and they actually has there's a security system and everything
Yeah.
in place to in a way that I don't know. You cannot. Sometimes it's very hard to just bump into them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually they walk through like the back sides of the conventions, like through the private doors or like the emergency routes. They kind
Yeah.
of just walk through that.
Ah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
they have a zone that is just for them. So
yeah.
I guess because and I also don't go around looking out for them too. Usually I'm at my table. I'm sorry for being boring, but usually I'm just at my table working. Yeah, in the Tokyo Comic Con, I thought that I could finally, I injured my hand, right? So I cannot draw that much. I thought I could finally go around and walk and take a look, but I also end up injuring my leg as well.
Oh
So I
yeah,
end up
yeah.
with a
That's
walk
right.
still.
You had the
Yeah, so I
boot.
was like,
That's
oh, this,
right.
yeah, so this is just such, I was like, this is such a bummer. So I double injured myself. So now I can finally have more time to explore. I also couldn't explore because I injured my leg.
Well, that's a sign for you to.
Oh
I
my
told
god,
you
I'm
it's a
so
sign for
dumb.
you to rest. You have to rest, Rachta. You're working too
Yeah,
hard.
yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel so restless with all this work. I just want to get back to drawing.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I guess on this topic, when you do have like the time off from conventions, I know that you're a
Ah,
big,
yeah.
you're a big foodie as well. So when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
traveling around to these different countries or places, has there
Yeah,
been
yeah.
any food spots that you've like
Oh,
really enjoyed?
wow. So hard. Okay. I guess I try to always make a point to eat to experience the local food when I'm at a certain location. Like I feel that food is actually a big part of the culture of that place. When you eat the local food, you kind of learn something about the places, right? So that's one thing I try to do. Um, and of course pancakes.
Yes, yes, you are a
That is
big
my own
pancake
personal.
fan. Yes,
That's my own personal favorite. So
yeah.
I'm stupid that way. And uh, okay. Actually, okay. You want me to pick just one or anything in general?
Or just like whatever comes to mind, like that was like
Ah.
good to you. It doesn't have to be anything specific. Like if you went to like Chicago and you
Oh,
like their pizza or whatever. Because I know like when you said you
I
like
see.
pancakes, I see like you try to get pancakes like at every spot that you go to try
Yeah,
out the
I'm
pancakes.
that way. Yeah, yeah. Just I like to do that. Yes, I have a big fetish pan of pancakes. I just keep eating them. But okay.
Yeah. So
Let's
was
say
there like,
Boston.
oh, what was it, Boston?
I do like the Italian food in Boston. A lot of
Okay.
people told me to eat the seafood, right? But what I ended up actually liking was the Italian food. Boston has this pretty big Italian neighborhood, like Italian town of some kind, and there's a lot of Italian restaurants there. And they try it, and it's actually really good. Yeah, I was so surprised by how good it is. I like it even more than the seafood that people recommend me to eat in Boston. Um, the crab cake in Baltimore. Yeah, that one was good. I actually ate a lot of crab cake in my life. Not a lot. It's not very common in Asia, so I ate a few of them. But that's probably the best crab cake I ever had. Many of my friends told me to try the crab cake in Baltimore, so I ended up going there to try. I was like, oh yeah, it's actually really good. So
Okay.
now it's become my favorite food. Last time I was just like crab cake, but what's this? It's not that great, right? I just realized that it's not done very well where I came from. Bagels and pizza in New York, that was good. So I don't know. I get all kind of amazing recommendation from people that I met. That's part of the fun. That I enjoy
Yeah.
travel so much. So thank you so much, guys, for contributing to my food journey. I appreciate it. Okay.
Hopefully you do like
Yeah.
a food vlog eventually. Like when you have more time on your hands, you could do
Oh my God.
like a
I'm not
vlog.
sure we can do that. I don't eat as much as the real food blogger. And yeah, only during I eat quite plainly when I'm at my studio. I cook my own food and everything. Only only during convention when I finally have time to go out and try something interesting.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I try not to like eat too much because especially at or let me reword this. Like when I go to conventions, I get into like you, I go into this crazy work mode.
Mm.
So like when I was doing
Ah,
like press, I was doing press for Anime Frontier a few years ago,
ah.
and my cousin was helping me. He was assisting me with stuff, and I went the whole day without eating because I was just walking
Oh no,
around and yeah.
yeah,
So
but
like
like yeah, in
yeah,
Baltimore, I did. I
I walk
forgot to eat
around
it
and I
too,
don't eat,
right?
and so like yeah, so my cousin's like Ricky, you gotta eat, and they're like you're going crazy right now. So we had
Ah,
we were in Texas, so there's so much good food in Texas. But yeah, but like I don't know. Eating food during convention weekends is like it's a rough one for me because like I said, I forget to eat. So like when I see people
I
like
understand it because
yeah,
food is hard to find as well sometimes. Yeah, during
but like I
convention.
said, it's cool to see you do like your outside stuff. Like when it's stuff outside of art, like you get to travel
Yeah.
around and I think you've been to like
Yeah.
some museums and again you try
Oh my
different
God.
foods and stuff like that.
Museums are my. Oh yeah, that's also a big part of my travel as well. I love museums and history.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
actually, I love history, and a lot of time museum is a big part of that. So yeah.
I never
So
knew that.
that's
That's
another draw of traveling. Yeah.
no, I want to ask you this though, because like when you're traveling, like with like just in general, whether it's your cons or
Mm,
whatever, but when you're
yes.
traveling, you have all that gear with you. You know how
Ooh,
heck
here.
does that get pretty hectic? Like having all of your artwork, all that because you carry a lot
Oh,
of stuff with you.
yeah, it can be
Yeah,
sleepy.
yeah.
Because I use copy markers and stuff, right? So
Hmm.
they are pretty much liquid, and it can get heavy sometimes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay. Because I travel, how should I say? I do have my reps. They help me out with storage sometimes, so
Okay.
it takes a big load out of me. But still, it's can be quite heavy and interesting. But that's a part of my job, right? So
Yeah.
I need this with me. So yeah, I have to work around it.
I I just it worries me because like when I see artists who do
Yeah.
travel frequently like you do and have a lot of
Yeah.
things to bring, like I've seen stories or
Yeah.
folks like their material breaks or their prints get ruined or
Oh,
so like knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't ever happen to you. But like it's insane.
yeah.
Like when I see your travel stories, like oh man, she has a lot of stuff with her. Like again from your prints to your banners to your like especially when
I
you're like
see.
when you're bringing like your Wonderverse stuff, you have a lot of that stuff with you too. So there's so much material being brought over
Ah,
on the flight and all that. So that's why I asked like how do you maintain that? But like you said, you have a lot of helpers with you, which is so good because
ah,
I don't think I could do something like that. I would be so paranoid. Like I would have like a checklist of make sure like everything's here.
I
I
see.
would go crazy if something went missing.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I'm fortunate that there are people who really know what they like, who really know what they're doing. Like they're professional in that department. They help me out. So I'm grateful to have that help. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, before we move on to the Wonderverse stuff, because I know I have that
Mm,
set up right now, but I wanted to ask you this before we
yeah.
move on. Has there been like artists that you want to collaborate with? Because I've seen that's like a pretty big thing
Oh my
recently.
God.
Like for example, like I see like lyrics art. I met her once at in Dallas.
Oh,
Like
okay.
yeah, like would you
I see.
consider like working with someone like lyrics or like with Peach Momoko or like has there been anyone that you
Ah,
want to collaborate with? Or would you consider collaborating, doing something like that, like a joint
okay.
collaboration?
Collaborating in what way? I mean, actually, I don't. I guess I don't really mind as a concept because I do love art and that sounds very interesting and fun. So as a concept, I don't mind it. Not I'm not sure how is the logistic of it's gonna be. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, because
Yeah.
the year I went to San Diego, Peach Momoko
Yeah.
and Stan Sakai, they did a
Yeah.
collaboration. They did the print the night
I
of,
see.
and then they sold like X amount of exclusive prints for that weekend for San Diego. So that's why I asked because
I see.
so like I don't know,
I
has
guess
that been
okay, I
something that crossed
understand
your
where you're
mind?
coming from. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I guess I don't mind. Yeah, I generally I kind of don't mind. It sounds like fun. Yeah, because you know you when you create. artwork just by yourself, you know exactly what you're supposed to do within that artwork, right? But with another creators, you need to kind of bridge the gap in between. You need to come and meet in the middle halfway. So that coming in the middle halfway is usually is more challenging and fun at the same time. Yeah.
I guess are there any artists that you would want to collaborate with that you can
Oh
that
wow, that's so hard. I don't know. This is so crazy. It's just I'm generally quite open to a lot. I never thought of this before actually. Okay, you have to give me a little bit. All right.
yeah.
Okay. Huh. I guess a dream collaboration. I don't know if this will ever happen. Would be with manga artists like Takehiko Inoue from Vagabond. I don't think he does. He's working totally different field than me. Like doesn't do variant covers or whatever. I don't know if that would happen. So yeah, but well, I don't mind the risk. I don't mind Miyaka. They are very cool. But generally, any artist, if they're willing to work with me, I think I'm open to that. Yeah, they sound kind of, yeah, everyone sound cool. It's nice to collaborate and trying to understand the other artists at the same time. So yeah.
Yeah, that's good
Yeah.
because again for me as a fan of your work and like just like
Yeah.
whether it's comics or
Anybody that you want
fan
to
art,
see me collaborate with.
me
Actually,
I
I feel that it shouldn't be about me. It should be about you guys.
yeah,
Who do you
I would like
who do you want to see me collaborate with? You can let me know. Okay.
I would like to see you and Peach Momoko.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, because
Oh, okay. Man, I do love peach works. Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
your art lines are a little bit different. You have more like solid lines. She's got more of the watercolor, but I like how you both
Ah,
do shading and your color. Like the colors that
I
you both
see.
choose
Yes.
are very similar. So like I think you guys would have a
Uh-huh.
very unique style if you both like were
Ah,
to do like a collage together or something.
ah.
Because I know she does like Marvel and stuff like that too. So that would be
Yeah.
pretty cool to see. Yeah, Peach for
Ah.
sure. Yeah, Peach would be my
Oh
first
yeah,
pick.
sure. Why not? I
Yeah.
mean, I love peach works, and I think she's cute.
Oh, she
So
is
so I
so
don't
sweet.
mind.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
so
I don't
sweet.
mind definitely. Yeah, if she would have me, yes.
But yeah, let's get to
Hmm.
Wonderverse, man, because I am
Yeah.
so excited to talk about this. Like I told you before we started recording, I wrote down like a bunch of notes reading this.
Yes.
Um, but
Yeah.
first for the listeners and all that, Wonderverse. Uh, I got
Yeah,
I
that's
got
my
this
manga.
one
That's
through
my
Rachta's
original
Kickstarter.
manga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the folks who got Rachta's
Mhm.
Kickstarters, like you get like the get the
Oh yeah,
authenticity certificate right here. So
yeah. Yes. So that's
so
my original manga. It's my passion project that I
yeah.
have been working on very uh, hardly, working on it diligently and everything. I'm glad to see it happens, and thank you for your support. Okay. Uh-huh.
Reading this has been rereading it now. Like it's been such a crazy ride to see the start of your process. Like
Ooh.
I remember when you
Ah,
first announced it, and I remember when we
yeah.
first talked about it. And oh, and also before I go on, also
Yes.
thank you and Darren for sharing my clip at Singapore Comic Con. That was probably one
Ooh.
of the nicest things you guys have done for me because
Oh, is it? I
I
see.
think Darren told me he's like, yeah, we're using your clip or your episode of Rachta to promote this. I'm like, okay, that was
Ah,
pretty cool. So thank you for that.
no worries. Yeah, appreciate
But
your work, Ricky.
yeah,
Mm,
as seeing this
yeah.
whole process play out and then to finally read it, um, I as a fan, I really enjoyed like how your art came out in this manga. Like I was really impressed because like I said, I love how your manga style is. But when you're doing something like this with the team, you know,
Mm, yeah.
do you have your team like your other assistants, like do they get familiar with your work when it comes to like your characters or the storyline and all that? Do they get familiar with that, or do you have them do like
Mm,
certain parts of like the storyboard or like like background and stuff like that? Do you have them just kind of go on, not maybe not, let me reword this, like not go on their own, but like kind of just go on with the description and all that? Maybe, do you understand the question I'm asking? Like,
I'm trying to understand. Okay. I'm trying. So you're
the,
asking me about the process or something?
yeah, the process of the manga,
Yeah,
right? Because like I said,
yeah.
I've been following you for
Ah,
I've been following this for a long time. So like I was
yes,
just curious, like, when you have your team work with you and they
yes.
like, I know you have certain assistants do like background or like do certain like panels and stuff like that. Do you have them do like a character study, or do they know the story already before they start drawing, or do you tell them like this is what I want?
Okay. Because all right. How should I say? From the start, I guess I'll start from the beginning. All right, start from the beginning, meaning I have nothing. I literally have nothing at all for the manga at that point. I have zero, right? So that's where I start. I guess you start from. You have to put it simply. You can start from the gibberish
Mm-hmm.
and gradually transform into coherent, right? Gibberish to coherent, from infinite possibilities. You kind of keep narrowing it down from the infinite possibilities to when you finally has the final version, which you have what I call absolute certainty. So it starts from this big pool of possibilities, right? Your story can go anywhere, it can be any character. Then you narrow it down until there is a final point when you say, yes, this is the exact version that I want to go with. So yeah, from infinite possibility to certainty, absolute certainty. So that's the feeling that I create. So it's
Okay.
like when you, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, let's say you're sculpting a statue, right? At first, you start from this big clay that has no shape. It's just one blob of clay, and you just kind of keep shaping it, and the kind of like the shape start to emerge bit by bit. And in the end, you add in the final detail, you round it up, and it become a shape. So that is similar to writing as well. So it start from this blob of clay. It has infinite possibility in it. I just keep shaping it off, and it becomes this thing that has a shape and form. So okay, that's a little abstract, I guess. So okay,
Yeah.
I start from writing the story. Usually, I write. When I have enough material on me, then I transfer the process to the next. Meaning, I'll draw it out. At first, I have words. Second, I have a rough image, right, which is called a storyboard. And from this storyboard, I detail it some more. I add in details enough so that other people can understand it. Because the initial storyboard is so rough that maybe only me can get it, only I can read it. But the next stage, other people has to read it, right, in order to understand what's going on. So I kind of make it more detailed. And at this point, the editor, when he reads it, he understand what I'm trying to say. The team, when they see it, they kind of roughly get the idea of what is going on in the panel, even though it might not be the most finest detail of things, right? From this stage, I just kind of like asking the team to help out in this. Usually, because okay, manga is it's a team sports in general. Generally, like it's not like a illustration like comic covers, which is
Right.
essentially kind of like a single player game. You just keep doing it by yourself a lot of time, right? But manga is a team sports to me because the scope is just way too big for one person to tackle. At least in the commercial standard, right? In a commercial standard, you don't just want to leisurely draw the comic and it ends whenever you want. But there's a
Right.
timeline. In order to meet that commercial timeline, you need a team to do it. So I'm trying to train the team to be able to do that. So the team they help out with, let's say, the background, some of the characters that are not as important at first, and I'm still trying to train them to draw more important character. Important
Okay.
character that is more difficult to do because not only um, it's not just a drawing, they're also actors and actresses, right? And in order to draw emotion well, I find out it's actually quite difficult to do. In order for your character to feel alive and feel like they are actually in that situation, people show emotion through bodies, right? How our muscles moves, how we position each organs in our body, how we move our hands, how we move our body shows emotion. So I feel that in manga, not only it's not just about drawing pretty pictures, but you actually have to understand all these things like acting, how you actually convey emotion in the split second. People look at your artwork, they don't have to think, they immediately understand what your character is feeling. So actually that I find that to be quite difficult, at least for interns, students or something like that. I feel that it's quite difficult for them to convey emotions through character as well. Camera angle choice, uh, how should you paint and draw this panel? Every panel, if it's just not beautiful panel, every panel has emotion attached to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this panel, you need to convey this emotion exactly. Just in a split second, the reader don't have to think when they see the panel before they even read the text. They know immediately what it's about. So I feel that this second connection is requires some craftsmanship from the artist, yeah, some expertise from the artist to execute it. So that part is that is another thing that I try to teach the team as well. So yeah, so I delegate the job and everything. I am the person who wrote the story. So in this situation, I'm also an art director.
Yeah.
So I should know what I want for each panel. I shouldn't let them figure out what I want. Because first of all, they don't understand the intention, the real
Right.
intention of my character. They don't know what's gonna happen in the future, so they don't know. Sometimes they will not have a complete information on how to draw this character, right? Because sometimes in this, let's say in this chapter, this character knows something that the reader doesn't know yet. Let's say he's a mastermind at the story or whatever, but in this panel, let's say he's supposed to look smart for no apparent reason because 10 chapter later he's gonna come out with a review, big review that he's the mastermind, right? But in this panel, you are giving a hint to the character, but my assistant wouldn't necessarily know this information because I'm a story writer, right? So I have to be the one that dictates the flow and the mood and tone of the story. Yeah, they might be able to fill me in sometimes, but I should be able to guide them on this. Yeah.
Have you had any of your assistants like show or do something that maybe like help change or tweak something from your story at all? Like for example, if you had like a assistant like draw something and maybe you were like, oh, I can work with that or change that to, have you had that before?
Oh, I would say my assistant is pretty good at creating background and environmental art. So in that department, I do respect her. That in some aspect, she's better than me. Yeah, like sometimes I would just tell her that okay, this is what I kind of want in this scene. Like the room is supposed to look like this. This is the scene, and this is what the character is gonna do in it. And because I feel that and then she'll come up with the scene design that is I didn't expect it to be that way, but it's better than what I imagined. So it's like, oh wow, that's really cool. So
Okay.
I'm very happy that I can rely to her on that regard.
That's good. Well, actually,
Yeah.
I have I think you gave a card for the
Yeah.
background. Yeah, here we go. For let me see. Here you go. So this is one of the
Oh
backgrounds. Yeah. So
yeah, yeah,
yes,
that's a city blessing.
yeah.
Yay! It's
So
kind of like a card token or a card game maybe if they play cards. So yeah.
so this is like
That's
yeah,
so cool. Yes.
yeah. This is pretty much the main setting in the
Uh,
manga for now. In your first volume, that's where the story's taking place.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I say your characters' names right. So Phoenix, that's the main character.
Yes.
Okay, so Phoenix is the main character, and your story is about some like subhumans and superior or superhumans and subhumans. How there's like a
Yes.
class division between like those who are powerful
Yeah.
and those who are struggling as people.
Yeah.
And I love this concept because it's also like a more serious take on it. Kind of like makes me think of like not extremely
Yes.
overboard, but maybe more like kind of like the boys a little bit, where like how the
Oh,
boys
okay. I see.
like
Yeah.
it makes me kind of think of that a little bit. How like these
Mm-hmm.
superheroes or not, yeah, the
Yeah.
superhumans are like they
Yeah.
use their power for themselves. They're very selfish with it.
Ah.
And then you see like these subhumans who are people who are being experimented on. They're struggling every
Yeah.
day. um but
Yeah.
yeah, I like your concept of this because it shows like not everyone with powers is good, and how
I
like they
would say that is, yeah, that
and
is
they're
the case.
mistreating all these people in here. Yeah, so
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
hasn't really been a superhero that's good yet in the first volume. I know there's Catherine, who's like, she has her plant powers, who she's helping the test subjects. But all the ones that we've seen so far, at least in this first volume, the people with the really cool powers, like, so you got Byron, who's got like the shadow
Ah.
dogs, or like flame dogs. Is it shadow powers, or is it flames?
Kind of like shadow. Yeah.
Shadow. Okay, so he's got like these shadow dogs. I thought that was pretty cool to see that.
Yeah.
And then you have there's also Lord Alaric. Is that his name? Is it
Yes.
Alaric?
You got it.
He's got his powers haven't been shown yet, but he can tell he's pretty powerful. His sibling though, uh, Tristan, has
Yeah.
the really cool sword powers. There's actually like a panel I wanted to share too. That
Ooh.
I really liked this panel that you guys had here.
Ooh, hey.
Let me see if I can find it, because it's towards the end. Spoilers. It's towards the end when he's fighting, or he's picking on Phoenix and the other subjects, because like he's bored out of his mind and he wants to test himself. So
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
see.
god. I guess this is the spoiler force podcast.
Yeah. I mean, for folks who have not read this yet, this is more reason for you to read
Yeah.
this manga, because like I like I said, I've
Yeah.
read this and I really love the artwork. Here, this is hold on. This is one of my favorite panels right here. Is when he initially
Oh wow,
draws out
really? That's
when he
cool.
when he draws out his swords the first
Do
time.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
So
really like this
that's
panel.
not the first panel that I finished.
Oh, this is one of the first ones you finished?
Not really, but I
Oh,
remember quite well because I was spending some time drawing that one. Yeah. Yay! Thank
yeah.
you.
So that
Thank you.
was a really cool panel right there. I
Yeah.
love that shot. You can kind of just see like how you can feel how like how much of a, excuse my language, but you can feel how much of a dick he is compared to treating these people. Like
A lot of people
yeah.
really. So yeah.
And so I love that. And then just seeing how Phoenix goes through this life in the camp, how he's
Yeah.
very passive. He's extremely passive. He doesn't break the rules. He's trying to just stay alive essentially. But it's also sad seeing that he's someone who's being worked on to see if he can get his powers, because he wants to be on the superhuman level too. um so when you were writing this stuff, I know we talked about it before in the last episode we did, but writing the stories for Phoenix and your villains, you know um how do you feel about seeing like this finished product now versus like when we last talked about it?
Oh wow.
Yeah, so has there been any change at all when you're writing these characters out now versus back then?
Oh, like what do you mean change?
Like I guess your thoughts on the characters as you're writing them, like has there been change on like how
Oh.
like from the last time we spoke till now, like has there been any shifts in like how you see these characters that you've written?
Okay. I don't feel a shift necessarily, but I did feel a shift while I was still in the writing process, from the conception of that character to the final point when I actually finalized the storyline. Yeah, some character
Okay.
did change quite a bit over time throughout the writing process. Yeah. So Catherine and Alaric changed quite a bit from the
Okay.
beginning to the end. Yeah, when I first created them, they were kind of different from their final version. So yeah.
Yeah. Alec
Mm.
kind of reminds me of Doma from Demon Slayer. So when I
I
read his
guess
line,
so.
kind of he reminds he,
Ah,
at least when I'm reading it,
he's
I
yeah, in
hear
the
like,
same character archetype. Yeah.
yeah, like I read like I can
Mm.
hear like this Doma-esque kind of voice that he has because
Ah,
he's so playful with Catherine,
yeah,
and then like he switches. He's like, yeah, you only got 7 days, so it's 7 days to get your experiments done,
ah,
and if you don't get it done,
I
it's seven
see.
days more than what you have. So like he's
Ah,
playful, but then he's very like he's also very misogynistic. He's like, I could just shut this down if I
I
wanted
guess
to.
so.
so, so he's a very
Ah,
interesting villain when it comes to like
yeah,
when it comes to his authority over like everyone there. Like he could easily just end everything if he
ah,
wanted to, but he doesn't. So like I'm very
yeah.
interested in what he'll do with the experiments, and then
I see.
we
Yeah.
have like we have Catherine, who's very helpful and she's loving towards and she's
Yes.
compassionate towards the characters, especially
Ah,
to what's her to Delia, is that her name, the little girl, the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so she's very
kind
compassionate to her,
of. Yeah.
and just seeing that panel where she gets picked
Yeah.
on, I was so like, I was like, why, like, Rachta, why'd you make them pick on her for like the little kid? She gets like stepped on, and
Ah,
like,
I see.
oh my gosh,
Oh,
that was so
because
hard.
some people can be that mean, in real
And
life,
yeah,
or can be meaner than that. Yeah.
it was just seeing that panel, and I was just reading it, and I was like, wow, like she drew them picking on her, like that's so it's
I guess. Ah. Yeah, I guess I want to. Some people say that we might be too violent, but I feel that this kind of thing happens in real world all the time,
yeah,
if not more. So I feel that it's like to depict it in fiction, it can bring awareness to this. I feel that it's not such a bad thing, at least in
yeah.
my opinion. Yeah,
Well, I mean, I say this because like she's such a sweet character, right? She's like,
yeah,
she's like, I'll volunteer, I'll come and see you every day, and then they tell her like, well, you can't, you have to do like these
ah,
other experiments, and so I
yeah,
and she's walking around like with like a with a standing IV bag, and then she has the extra hand
yeah,
that's coming out of her arm, so she's just this innocent childlike character, and then she gets stepped
yeah.
on by the younger siblings of Alaric, and gets made fun of it
Wow,
for it.
people
So
can
that,
be really mean, isn't it?
yeah, it was a sad panel to read. Like I think the first time I read it, I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
they went after her. I was like, okay, so,
I see. So
Ratch is pretty
sorry.
serious about this. Like they don't care. Like it's more like more mature. It's a mature read for sure. Seeing all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like that's just like some of the things I wanted to talk about with Wonderverse.
Yes.
I don't know if you can say, but is there anything you can say about Volume 2? Like,
Oh wow. I guess the some exciting stuff is gonna happen. I'm not sure what it is, but yes. You can check out my upcoming Kickstarter
oh
for
yeah,
for the
yep.
yes. Yeah, for you wanna find out the true answer what's happening in book two. Yay!
Because I'm very
Yeah.
interested to see how
Uh-huh.
Phoenix is gonna fight off Tristan, especially how you ended Volume 1. And then also like I'm trying to draw pieces together. Like I know you have him like with the picture with like him in the chains. So I'm like, is that his quirk, or is that going to be his power? I'm
Yes.
very curious. And then again, with the opening pages, like he has that dream where
Yeah.
he's running. I'm like thinking, is this something that's is it a real? It's a dream that he has, but is this something that's going to come back around? And like again, is this going to help activate his powers? Because it's clearly, you can clearly tell like he's gonna be a late bloomer. He's gonna get his powers. I think he's gonna get his powers.
Right.
Just when is he gonna get his powers?
I
Because
see. I don't know. You'll find out.
so
I know this is a spoiler force podcast,
yeah.
but I'm not gonna give you guys spoilers. Okay. Something
Okay.
exciting is gonna happen. You can find out. Yes.
So, okay. But with with Wonderverse, you also had like multiple covers. You had work with like Mirka and Daniel and I don't want to butcher her name, but Sarah Fleur, is that how you say it?
Yeah, yeah, you got
Yeah.
it.
So they've drawn like variant covers for you too. How was that process? Like, did you reach out to them, or did like were they someone like were they artists that you had in mind already, or did they volunteer to do variant covers for you?
I mean, I just reached out to a few of the artists, and you know, oh, in the end, this is what we have. So,
Okay.
so yeah, we reached out to a few artists, and they are one of the they are a part of the artists. I really admire them for their work. So yeah, I'm happy that they draw the cover for me. I really appreciate it. So it's just
Yeah.
this is normal. I just reach out to them normally, like, oh hey, got a cover, you wanna do it? It's there's nothing fancy about it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's really cool
Yeah,
though, like to have other artists like do variant covers for you. Like I'm more familiar with Sarah Fleur's work, so like when I saw that she drew your cover, I was like,
yeah.
okay, that's pretty cool. That to see that she did that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm excited for volume two for
Yeah.
Wonderverse.
Hey.
I I like, there's just so much that like there's like you said there's so much possibilities with this, so when I'm reading this as a fan and as someone who's like just taking like I said, I took down notes. I'm just like I'm theorizing a lot, but then I also don't want to say too much because I don't want to say something and then like
Uh-huh.
be like I still want to be surprised by what you have in store. So
Ooh,
um
yes.
yeah, I'm excited for volume two for sure. Like
Mhm.
I cannot wait for that.
Yay. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I guess I really enjoyed this first volume, and I hope the listeners they again support Rachta through her Kickstarter.
Yeah.
That's how she's able to push out this book. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, let's see here. I think I've gone through most of the topics that I wanted to talk about for Wonderverse.
Ooh, okay.
Um,
Ooh, all right.
so let's get to the fan questions here. I put out a
Ooh.
like I put out like some fan questions, but unfortunately there wasn't a lot of answers. I only got like two here.
Oh, that's
Um,
nice. Yeah.
so this first one is my cousin Michael. He's an artist as well.
Ooh,
So
okay.
he wants to ask you how do you balance what you want to draw versus what people want you to draw?
Ah, well, that's a delicate balance, I feel. Um, but that's what I do. I balance what I want to draw with what the people wants me to draw, because I feel that an artwork, a good art, in my opinion, is an artwork. It's a two-way communication, right, between the artist and the audience. Whenever I create something, I always have an audience in mind, because I want to. The main reason I create art so that I can make my audience happy. That is my purpose, right? That is my purpose in art. I want my audience to be happy. So in order for that to happen, I need to consider them quite a lot, right? I have to think of what they like, of where they're coming from. So the art isn't created in a vacuum, or just something like, oh, I want it this way. I don't care what everything. I just want it this way. I know some people create that way, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But that's not how I create my work. So audience has always been a big equation in my creation. I always want to do something that the audience will like and appreciate. So that's actually always been my uh, like whenever it's my north star,
Mhm.
right? Whenever I got lost, what should I do? What should I go? Where should I go out here? What do my audience would like? How would what would make them happy? And I was trying to find something that we share, because I'm also part of the audience, right? I mean, I become an artist because I appreciate someone's works very much. I read manga, I really like that manga. I read, I look at an art piece and I really love how it comes about. So I have an audience in me, right? I have an audience in me. So I just find a part that both me and the audience share. Like the audience like this, but at the same time, I also like something like this. So that's how I balance it. That's how I create something that both the audience and I like. I feel that as an artist, in order to not feel burned out, you need to find that point where both where your creation satisfy both the audience and you. If it only satisfy the audience, you become a machine. You just do it
Yeah.
for the money. You don't really like it, but the market likes it. I'm just creating something that I don't believe in, just because the market likes it, and your work end up becoming soulless, just another piece in the market. But if you create just for yourself, you might alienate the audience because it's like you don't care about your audience. It's only to satisfy your own emotion, your own wants and needs, and an artist. I want to draw something like this. I don't care if the audience likes it or not, but I like it, right? So for me, I'm trying to find a delicate balance where both my audience and I enjoy the same thing. So yeah, this is how I create my work. The audience is very important to me. The emotion has always been um, my goal to achieve. I want them to be happy. So I speak a lot by then. That is already what I try to do every time I create my work. I find a point that we share. I like this, my audience like this. Let's do this together. Yeah.
Well, you bring that up. So has there been
Yeah.
an art piece that or commission that people have asked you that you're not familiar with? Like if
Oh,
because you
yeah.
say you try to find a common ground with their commission or their request or right. So has there been have you received a commission where you didn't know what this character was?
I find that every time there always be a common ground, because I feel that human emotions are universal in a way.
Okay.
That in a way I always be able, in the end, if I try, I will always be able to find common ground. Yeah. And I guess I would say emotions are it's quite easy for me to get into to trying to get into to deliver the hour in the emotion that
Okay.
that my the person wants. I guess there's some subject that I'm not familiar with. Let's say a robot, for example. Um, I am prefer drawing human that is a lot of more organic shapes where you draw human, right? But in robot, there's a lot of straight lines and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I prefer to draw organic shapes where there's curves and everything. But that was the first time so the first few times that I got to draw robots, I wasn't familiar with it, but I also don't want to push out to try to avoid the things I'm not good at, because then you never become good at it. So I make a point to myself that even then when I'm not familiar with the subject, I try to do it so that next time I could do a better job at it. So now I can say that I draw better robots. Still, it's not my most favorite, my most familiar subject. But how should I say? But even when your subject is robot, technically, the audience is a human, right? So he interpret the subject with a human experience. So I feel that as long as he has that, as long as they had that, I should be able to tap into that, because we all have shared emotional experience. Does
Okay.
that sound abstract? I don't know.
No, that's a great answer. I
Yeah.
because I hear other artists, some artists
Yeah.
struggle with that where some artists only drawing what they know versus some people only like you said, some people are like machines. They'll just draw out what's popular. So there's this
I
huge thing
see.
at conventions, especially with smaller time artists who are pushing or trying to get their brand out there. They'll draw some people will draw like Nami or Nico Robin, but they don't know One Piece, but they're just drawing them because they know the audience likes them. And then you have people draw
I see.
yeah, and then you have some people draw for example, Golden Boy. Golden Boy is a very niche anime, so only certain people know about Golden Boy, and not everyone knows about Golden Boy. So they kind of just do that. So
I
that's why
see.
I like hearing your answer because like you're always trying to find a common ground, whether it's a series or character you don't know versus like characters that you do know. So like that was a really good answer that you just gave. So I hope that helps Michael. Yeah, I hope that helps him because again, he's
I'm
an artist
so
too.
sorry. It
Yeah.
was a long ass
No,
answer.
no, it's
But
a good
yeah.
answer. I think he'll really appreciate it. And like I said, he's an artist, so he's been trying to slowly work his get his brand out there as well. So Michael, I hope you like that.
Yes, yes.
Um
Yeah, all the
here
best. Right?
yeah, and then here is the second question. This is what they asked. This is from Thanks John. They ask,
Yes.
"What's your 2026 con schedule?"
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, my convention schedule. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. No, at least the first few conventions that are confirmed next year. That will be I believe Emerald City Comic Con, C2E2, and MegaCon Orlando.
Oh man, I have a friend that went to
Definitely.
MegaCon. Like you're always going to cons.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There's another one that is new that I never been to before. That is a little later in the year, but this is gonna be new for me. So it's IX Art. Yeah.
is that in the States or
Okay.
where is
It's
it?
yes, it is in the States. I guess I can bring it up. And IX Art Show is apparently the okay. I'm looking up their website right now. So it's basically it's the world's largest exhibition of contemporary imaginative realism, fantasy art,
Oh,
fantasy
so
and
it's like an
science
art show,
fiction
art
art.
show.
Yeah, it's a fantasy and science fiction art. So
Oh,
I'm really this is the first time I'm gonna be here. I'm quite excited to go. So yeah, that is the cool. If you like me from my Magic the Gathering artwork, this is a good show to be. So yes, yeah,
that's
because technically Magic the
cool.
Gathering is fantasy art, right? So yeah, that
Right.
will be another one that will be going. There's another convention, another few conventions I think I definitely be going. Yeah, San Diego Comic Con, New York Comic Con,
Of course.
Lake Como Comic Art Festival. You want to hang out with Italy? You can come hang out with me there. It's a good show to if you really want to hang out with artists because the show is much more. It's not like San Diego Comic Con, right?
Right.
So people have time to talk to one another. It's not like San Diego. Everyone is just rushing to the next booth for exclusives. So yeah, Lake Como is a good con to be if you want to actually talk to people for once. Yeah. So yeah, Emerald City Comic Con, C2E2, MegaCon Orlando, IX Art. It's called IX Art Show, San Diego Comic Con, New York Comic Con, and Lake Como Comic Art Festival. These are some of the shows I'm gonna be next year. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, you brought up Magic the Gathering.
Hmm.
Did you buy any of the Final Fantasy cards?
Yeah, I buy singles. I open some boosters. Yeah,
Oh.
but I'm not very lucky, so I try to avoid opening boosters, even though it's really fun. It's like open a gacha game, for example. But I'm not lucky, so so I try not to do that. I bought some singles, to use in my decks. So yeah.
I only wanted to. I don't even play Magic, but I only wanted to buy them because of the Titus and Yuna card.
Oh my
Like I
god,
said,
there's
10
so
was my favorite. So I
there's
saw
one
those.
card that Yuna is in a wedding dress. Do you see it?
I saw that one. Yes.
Oh
Oh my gosh.
that was so pretty.
I literally was gonna buy some cards just because of the
Yeah.
artwork.
It is so pretty. Oh my god, you're in for a treat. But that set is so popular. There's so many good cards from that set, so the price is a little. So yeah, but it's really good. I managed to get a lot of friends to play Magic the Gathering because of Final Fantasy set.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
A lot of
friends are all
people.
fans.
Yeah,
When the Final
that's
Fantasy they're all in.
exactly. Yep. Because
Yeah.
like people I know who don't play Magic, they jumped in because of the Final Fantasy deck. Even the Avatar deck too, right? I think they did Avatar, right? or was that, or was it
Yeah,
they
yeah,
did
they did
Avatar
that.
and
One of my friends jumped in because of that. Said he's a long
yeah,
time Avatar fan. Yeah, he
and
may
then there
build
was
a
also
fort
like
or something.
there was, and then there was Lord of the Rings too. Lord of the Rings was a big
Let's
one.
see.
Yeah,
Alright.
so
Lord of the Rings. Oh yeah, that one set has this really fucked up card called the One Ring. It's so annoying to play against. Yeah. Ooh,
yeah.
Madita. Okay, one of my assistants, she just it's actually a working day, so they entered
Oh,
office. Yeah.
oh, so I'm catching you at work.
Hi to
Okay.
her. Yes. Oh,
Well,
it's all right. I can still speak. They're cool with it.
well, before I
Yeah.
end things with you, Rachta, I have two more
Oh, yeah.
questions for you. Okay, before we end
Oh,
things.
yeah. No worries. It's fine.
The first question is,
Uh,
what was your thoughts on Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle?
Ooh, I think it's good. Okay. On Demon Slayer,
Yes.
I mean, I do like them. How should I say? I went to watch. I feel that the action scene was phenomenal. It just blew my mind. So the part's a little slow for me, but overall, I think it's a good show. The high point was really really high. In this movie. I watched a few movies this year. I feel that Demon Slayer has still given me the best high in
What
all
was,
the movies I have been in. Yeah.
what was your favorite part of the Infinity Castle movie?
The fight scenes, the Akasa fight.
Oh, yep.
I mean, it's hard to beat that fight. It's just so great, and I was like, oh my god, it was so good. The
Yeah.
timing, the artwork, the cinematography was really really well done. So I was like, oh my god, that was really really amazing. Yeah.
And my second question is, did you watch the
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man movie?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course. I have to watch both of them. That one's good too. I do I like it. I feel that the Chainsaw Man it's more consistent. Like in terms of the spacing and everything is more consistent and end on a big bang, in
Yeah.
my opinion. So the fight scene was really good too, and I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny scene in Chainsaw Man. I
I
was like, what? But there's
I
also a lot of
personally,
touching moments too. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I personally thought that I like Chainsaw Man more than I did with Demon Slayer. So
Ah.
I like Chainsaw Man a lot. Like I
Yeah.
think I think it's because of just the
Mhm.
storytelling. Like maybe because
Yeah.
I've said this on my show before too. I feel like
Yeah.
Fujimoto, his work translates a lot better on like shows versus like manga. So I think that's why
Ah.
I liked it so much. And then of course, with the song for the
Ah.
song for Chainsaw Man with Utada Hikaru, like that the
Ah.
Jane Doe song. That's such a great song, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for like the young love trope. Seeing Denji and Reze
I
like
see.
like
Yeah.
like like they're together, and
Ah.
you think it's like, oh, it's a love story. Then it just flips, and it just turns out like they're just fighting each other. So I'm a sucker for that.
Ah.
But
Ah.
Demon Slayer though, I'd say Demon Slayer took it with their action scenes, like the Akaza and Tomioka fight was phenomenal. Like they
Yeah.
did so well with that between those two, like so
Ah.
much better than the manga counterpart.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
mean the fight scene is definitely better in the anime than in the
yeah,
manga. Although I do think that the manga pacing is a lot faster.
yeah,
So sometimes the anime they just one moment they stretch it out quite long. Right? In manga, it happened in a snap.
yeah,
So manga is a lot faster than anime, in
yeah,
my opinion. I feel that they're both great though. Both of the shows are great in its own way. I feel like Demon Slayer appeals to a child in me, while Chainsaw Man appeals to this jaded adult in me. So in Demon Slayer, the world of Demon Slayer, it's just always so hopeful and bright. And in this world, the good always trumps the evil, and you can't always expect people around you to be the best. And for you, they always come true for you in Demon Slayer. So that
yeah,
is it's a child worldview. But I don't necessarily hate that worldview. It's not a bad place to be in. It's nice sometimes to shift my mind to that. While Chainsaw Man is like the world. It's like the author
Yeah.
Fujimoto is constantly telling you that what you will learn real soon how this world actually works.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
a mean ass place, and you'll learn that
Yes.
really soon. Which I don't mind too. It's a fun place to be. Most of the story that I like a lot tend to have this worldview. It's the worldview for the jaded adult. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Berserk. I don't
Oh, of
know.
course. Yeah. Berserk. Of
And
course.
those kind
Berserk.
of thing. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
I do
God.
love that a lot. Yeah, I love those kind of stories. So Chainsaw Man kind of fit right in. So Demon Slayer is the worldview is very childlike, which I don't hate per se. A lot of things tends to be a little maybe it's uh like very optimistic sometimes, but I don't necessarily hate it. Sometimes I do enjoy that thing.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, you have to. I do enjoy the darker ones better overall, but I don't. I'm not. How should I say? I don't. Also, at the same time, I don't hate this kind of movie. I do
Yeah.
enjoy them at the same time.
I mean, it's part of the shonen tropes. It's like,
Yeah.
the typical stuff. It's
Yes.
why Demon Slayer does so well, because they hit all the main tropes, but then they also hit the
Yeah.
emotional parts of, like, everyone loves Demon Slayer because of the whole family aspect. Everyone loves that, and
Yeah.
how Tanjiro is such a good boy. Like everyone loves that.
Yeah. He
But
is such a good boy. When I first watched Demon Slayer, I felt that there's something unique about him.
yeah,
That this is a pretty unique main character. He has a lot of feminine aspects to him because he's very empathetic and everything. At the same time, I feel that he's also extremely masculine.
yeah,
It's kind of an interesting character. When I first watched him, I was like, oh wow, it's a unique guy. So yeah, I do like it quite a bit. Yeah.
yeah. But I think I'm more like you though. I'm more jaded as well, like Attack on
Yeah,
Titan, Chainsaw Man,
I,
JJK. I like the more darker, serious stuff because, like you said, it's what the world is instead of what the world should
yeah,
be. So,
yeah. And
so
that is the kind of story that stay with me for a long time because it let
yeah,
me think about how the world actually is.
yeah,
So that's the title that I like
yeah.
usually to read. Yeah.
Well, that's a great way to end this. And
Yeah.
man, I wish I had you on the show to talk about manga, like instead
Yeah.
of just artwork. If I ever decide to come back for the podcast, we should definitely just talk like
Ooh, yeah.
manga and not like
Yeah,
pull out
sure,
your
why
work.
not? I
Yeah,
would love to.
I
Manga
think
is
that would be
always
very cool. I would love to hear
fun,
because
juicy topic. Yeah.
yeah, because you're very insightful. So like I feel like I could just hear you talk all day about your
Is
takes on like
it?
certain manga. Like
I
I
see. Oh my god, thank you. I do. I don't know if people are bored of it, but if you let me geek out about manga, I'll go on and on
oh yeah,
nonstop
definitely I would. I
until people are like, "Wow, what the hell?" Are they?"
like I
Stop
like for
talking.
me like I think I know what I'm talking about until I hear people like
Yeah,
you or like my other friends talk about manga and artwork.
yeah,
And I'm like, I know nothing about this medium. Like you guys know a lot, so I'm very impressed. But like I said, if I ever decide to come back on this, like to
yeah.
bring the show back, I would love to talk to you about just manga specifically. That would be very cool
Yeah,
to
sure.
eventually have. Um,
Yeah.
but before we end, Rachta, again, thank you so much for being on
Yeah.
the show. Thank you to Darren for setting this up. Without him, this is not possible.
Yeah.
For the fans and followers and listeners, if they want to follow you or reach out to you, like how can they do that?
Oh wow. Okay, you can just search my name online, Rachta Lin. It was how to type is in that direction. I cannot touch it. But ICHGALIN. You can
Yeah.
find me on Instagram, Facebook, X. Trying to post more on TikTok. I don't know how would that go. I'm not really a TikTok person. I don't hang out there. But yeah. I'm trying my best. Okay. Or you can how should I say, meet me in conventions. Yeah,
Yes.
I do. That's my most favorite way to hang out with you guys. I feel that social media, why it's good, and it let me connect with you from all over the world. I feel that nothing beats face to face interaction. So if you want, you can hang out with me in conventions. And sometimes I go on to like whatnot shows and everything. But all those kind of news, you can check it out on my social media. I usually post my convention schedule, my live shows, and everything on my social media, especially my Instagram. So that's how you can find me.
Awesome.
And yes, there's another one coming up. I have a one-not on Friday. You are the first to know.
Okay. It'll
Yeah.
probably be done before like this episode drops anyway. So
Oh shit! Okay, never
yeah,
mind.
it's fine.
But,
Yeah, because
but this is true that you are the first to know. Yes.
yeah,
Ricky.
awesome.
All right.
Well, that's great. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, Rasha, for doing this. Like
Yeah, appreciate
I
you
just
too,
want to
Ricky.
I just
Yeah.
want to take a step back and just like because you've been on this show when I first started this around like
Oh my
2019,
god! Yeah,
2020.
you're right.
And you've been on the show like with every step of the way. Like when I first started with you, we were doing audio only, and then the
Oh
second
yeah.
episode we were
That's so
in
cool.
when I was living in Oklahoma. Remember the
Yeah.
crickets? Remember we talked over the
I
crickets.
remember that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
the cricket.
And then we talked again when I
That's so
lived in Texas, and now I'm back home here in Michigan. So like we've
Oh
gone
wow.
full circle together. So
Yeah, I know, right?
I
Isn't
really
that
just
cool?
as a fan and as someone who just respects you and your work, I cannot say enough. Thank you so much for just making time for this, Rasha. I truly appreciate this.
Yeah, no worry. Thank you so much for thinking of me as well, for making time for me. I really appreciate all the hard work you have done with the podcast. It's really cool to see you, from the start to now. And I would say that that is one admirable feat that you managed to carry through all this time. And it's always fun to talk to you.
Yeah.
And thank you for having me in your show. Thank you for listening as well, everybody.
Yeah.
We appreciate you a lot.
Okay, well, thank you again, Rashta. This is it. This is episode 199. There's only one more episode left after this, so you get to hear it here. Again, go support and follow Rachta. And yeah, thank you guys so much. This is episode 199 of Spoiler Force Podcast. Have a great day.
Yeah, have a great day, everybody. Thank you.